And we are live. Welcome to The Contradiction, guys, with myself, Byron McDonald and Lethea McCann. As I say each week, Facebook is a private-owned interface, so if you do get logged off, just hop back onto the page and you'll find a new link there. We're also multi-streaming on various platforms, so comment and engage.
Hey, listen up. If you're lucky enough to fall in love with someone, try not to ruin it by Googling them. Okay.
The Contradiction with Lethea McCann and Byron McDonald.
Just to make sure you don't forget what we look like.
So as I say each week, The Contradiction is about bringing different viewpoints together and allowing you, the viewer, the opportunity to comment and engage and share your viewpoint on the topic. So please do comment and engage, share your thoughts and your viewpoint. And tonight, along with us, we have an amazing guest host. All the way from, well, she was raised in Belhar, the Cape Flats of Belhar since the age of 12. I'll just give a brief overview of her amazing background and most inspiring background. It is Jane van Wyk. She is a 36-year-old single child-free woman, as she'd like to put it.
High-spirited. High-spirited.
So she's originally from Paarl. She was born in Paarl, but moved to Belhar when she was 12 years old, being raised by her aunt since the age of 12, where she also was raised with 2 other brothers and 5 other male cousins, sorry. So she was surrounded by many, male figures within her life. And being the only grandchild, she always was taught to hustle and to grind, and also taught the ropes of business. So she also attended Excelsior High School, but dropped out in grade 11 to care for her sick uncle at the time who was suffering from cancer. And also witnessing her parents going through poverty and living through poverty, she made a promise to herself that she will work hard to make a better living for herself. While caring for her uncle, she decided to do some online courses, short courses, and to educate herself and to also uplift herself. She then decided to enroll herself into nursing school. Before nursing school, actually, before I forget, she did complete her matric. She attended night school, matriculated in 2006, also worked at various food franchises to make ends meet and KFC in Parow while she was in nursing school in order to pay for her studies, but had to drop out after 3 years because of lack of finances. This woman did not stop there. She continued to pursue her dreams and decided to do some more short courses when it comes to hairdressing, and started her own mini salon in the comfort of her mother's home. She built a clientele base, and then a few years later, landed a job at a hospital for an assistant nurse in the cancer care ward, where she worked there for a few years until she decided to move to Joburg to open up her first business, which is a hair salon called The Fix. She then, 2 years later, moved back to Cape Town, opened up her second business, hair salon business in Kuils River, and went into partnership with a friend of hers to open up a cosmetic store. This is definitely a power-hungry woman, business-minded entrepreneur.
Exactly.
So very, very inspiring. Then she was traveling back and forth from Joburg to Cape Town to keep her businesses afloat, and also started her own mobile teaching school, teaching underprivileged school dropouts the basics of hair and beauty. She decided to then sell one of her businesses, which was the one in Joburg, in order to fund her NPO called Our Youth League, where she gives back to the community, also doing food drops, home door-to-door food drops for the elderly. And she also partnered with other organizations which is in line with hers, in order to give back even more. She funds this from her pocket and also from the sale that she made from her business. So
Nice.
She is so inspiring. She is not just working hard for herself, but also giving back to the community in return. So without any further ado, let us go ahead and bring on
Jane.
the
Amazing Jane.
Jane van Wyk.
Ek hoef sy's gereed vir ons. She's like, ja, die technology, ek wil haar so uitskop. So I'm going to bring her on. Ek hoop sy sukkel nog met 'n camera in die water, Jane. How are you doing?
Hi guys.
How are you doing?
Hi guys, how are you doing?
How are you, Jane? I hope I got the gist of everything, because you definitely have an amazing bio. It is so inspiring to so many young people going through, might be going through what you went through at a young age and not knowing how to, what way there is for them to move forward.
Exactly,
and you
yes.
are such an inspiration, especially to our community, especially to our colored community as well.
But how have you been, man, Jane? What have you been up to? Wat over jou so besig? What have you been up to?
Thank you guys. I feel so honored to be on your show. Kyk julle, ek het nou gerush om by die huis te kom because I just came from Bonteheuwel. We did a food drive there. So I just came in my door, put everything together and I was like, die ding moet nou weg because ek moet hier op nou. So everything was a rush.
So we got some lekker comments there coming out, especially Gail. Gail's always Jane looking stunning as always. Hey,
Thank you, Gail.
it just shows the type of woman you are. So before we get into what we want to get into tonight, when women compliment other women, dan moet jy weet die vrou word hoe gedra by vroumense, dan is dit 'n vrou wat baie goeie goed te praat. So Jane, before we go ahead, because the show, I tell you, Lethea het nou I bio gelees, sy het te veel gedoen en hy bio justify nie is alles wat sy gedoen het.
Exactly.
It does not even justify everything that you do. But before we go ahead, you know why we brought you on. It's a topic, you know, you like to get into these saucy topics. I watch your video clips.
Yes.
We say, kom meisie, kry jou gat, los hy oudsie. Come on, leave that guy. Don't still worry with that guy. I see what you're doing. I see how you try to inspire women and as your title say, try to keep it real. But as we go into this topic, Jane, are you in an open relationship, first of all? Lethea, are you in an open relationship? Wag, ek gaan eers met Jane vra.
No, Byron, definitely I'm not.
Okay. So as we establish it there, Lethea, are you in an open relationship?
Sê jy vir my.
You see, sy wil al in an open relationship is nou also with my. Now she wants to come put it on me.
Maybe after the show. Let's
You.
I don't know. She's giving me the option, so I don't know. So let's see what's happening after the show. But
Yeah.
but Jane, to jokes aside, as the topic would say, and we would like your opinion also, and please like and share so you can get those comments in, so we get people to comment. Wat ek sien, Helga is al op pad al. Mina, wag gou. What is open relationship? So Jane, maybe we can go ahead with that. What is your idea of an open relationship? What is your input on that when you think about open relationship? Then say it's bad, it's good, does it work for people? Because it's a topic that you would like to talk about.
Yes, definitely. You know what, Byron? It's strange as it is, no? A lot of people have different visions of what an open relationship is. And me myself also, I never knew what an open relationship is. I used to think that it's like when you're in a relationship and you tell your partner, look here, we're in an open relationship, then you don't control me, you don't tell me, I can go where I want to, I can do what I want to. For me, that was an open relationship. And so many others out there, they still see it as this is an open relationship. But to my surprise, it's not. So I have another view on an open relationship, and I don't think a lot of people's going to agree with me there.
Ooh, that's a contradiction.
That's where it comes in. And you, Lethea, what's your opinion on an open relationship, though?
I would say an open relationship is where both parties in the relationship has a mutual agreement that they are open to dating other people or open to sex. I suppose that the dynamics of the open relationship for each couple is different. It can be maybe to be sexually open to other people, to have relationships with other people, but still having that base or foundation of your intimate relationship at home, but still being open to explore other sexual partners. That could be a definition of open relationship. It could maybe be for other people swinging. It could be threesomes. I don't know.
But you're just sticking on the sex part. Now, you see, for me, an open relationship is something that you're willing to share your certain parts of what your relationship can't fulfill. And that sounds a bit harsh when I put it in that way. Like maybe your man at the klein trill. They're not going to play this on CTV again. They're probably going to cut this part of CTV again. They're
not going to play it on Thursday morning because it's kids on Thursday morning.
Yeah. Anyway, let me try to be PG as possible. You know, when you speak like that, it's the fact you face. You love this man, but maybe he does not fulfill you sexually. This is the one part. Let's just get it clear there. But you still want this man to like, because he's good. He's a good father figure. He's a good emotional lover. And he's got all these things at good value. Now, again, You got a guy is an introvert and you're an extrovert. You like going out, like being at parties,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be with the girlfriend figure. You want to be with the male
Yes.
figure, right? And he's the
Yes.
one that can dance with you, hold you all night, swing you around, and give you a good time. But your man can't give. But you still love this good man at home. All these little parts play part in a open relations. Hy Lamies, kykie, hy hoe klein hy ene arme man. Lamies moenie sulke goed vra nie. Hoe hy klein,
As hy
hy
klein.
klein. But again, there's different variables when it comes to open relationship. Me personally, I don't know if I will go into an open relationship. And I'm not a guy that's scared to share my friends or anybody because every relationship is important to me. Yes, a love relationship is more intimate. So we have built this monogamous thing over the thousands and hundreds of years of obsession. But here's a question, ladies. Do you think we are more polygamous than what we are monogamous? And I'll gooi this first to Jane. Dink jy ons is paar vir een, or do we would need to have more than one person in our life, even when it comes to intimacy?
Honestly, I would say no. For me, that's my personal opinion. I would like the viewers to give their personal opinion. They can comment there and they can tell us how they feel. But I would say personally, for me, no, because Byron, I will explain why I'm saying so. I believe that whenever you have a sexual connection with a partner, you leave a part of yourself with that person. So at the end of the day, even if I don't like you and I was drunk, I'm just putting example out there. I was drunk, so now I slept with you. I'm leaving a part of my spirit or part of my emotions or my feelings, whatever. I'm leaving it with you. Now I'm moving on to the next sexual partner. I have sex with you and I'm leaving another piece of myself. You understand? So for me personally, no. If you don't know who you want to sleep with, and if you want to sleep with one person, then you are confused. So a lot of people out there, they sleep with the random people and they do what they do, and that's why they feel so empty inside. They're looking for love and emotional connections with a lot of people because they've been jumping from one bed to the next to the next to the next. That's just my opinion. I would like to hear what the viewers have to say about that.
Yeah,
And
love
you?
that. I agree with Jane. I don't believe that we are monogamous by nature. I would say I mean, if you're in a relationship and you're in a long-term relationship, it's not easy to be with somebody for 10 years. Monogamy, it is a practice. It's a choice that you make every day. There are many times maybe within that relationship where you might have had desires or fantasies of being with other people sexually or emotionally or sharing a part of yourself with somebody else, but you've made a choice because you've made a commitment. So I would say by nature, no, we're not monogamous. We
By
want to
choice.
explore. We
By choice,
have
yeah.
desires, and the only difference is that some people put their desires before, they don't think before they act. So one thing, something that can be amazing for one night might have a detrimental effect for the rest of your future. So I think that's where cheating ends up coming in, or why people then overstep the boundary of a commitment. But monogamy is a choice. It's not, we wouldn't, I mean,
Designed that way.
designed to be monogamous, in my opinion.
Before
And
I go to one of the comments or two or three of the comments, for me, monogamy is a good thing. Commitment. I love committing myself to one person, and I stay committed to friends. And say, now you're my best friend. You're my best friend. I share certain things with you. Then I have another friend that I share certain things with. Now you made a choice to be in love with one person, and be you religious or non-religious, you making a commitment to bind yourself with assets and all those things. There's a lot of variables in place when you get committed in that way, getting married, being a life partner or whatever. But here comes the trick in between. You many years with that one person. You're like a gutful. You get fed up of each other also at certain things. Monotonous things happen. And monogamy sound like monotonous. But yeah, monotonous things start happening. And look at my views as not meaning that I love that life. This is just how I explore questions to understand why people love that lifestyle. But this is before I go into the questions of the viewers. So my point stands at this. You are you later in the relationship start wanting to explore certain things. Otherwise, if your partner now say, I like going out. Now your partner stops drinking, and now he expects you to stop drinking because he stopped
Yes.
drinking. But when you stepped into
Yes.
the relationship, both of you were drinkers.
With
Yes, it might be good for your relationship, but now you're taking that happiness. Now your partner is a female, and she likes drinking with males because the conversation is different than drinking with females. But you can't see it that way. But because you think, yeah, you disrespect me, you're gonna go speak to other men again. Cut out sex. Let's not talk about sex because again, people again, when it comes to cheating, all they talk about is sex. Cheating for me is deeper than sex. It's when you share your life with someone. Sex means nothing to me. Yes, it's exchanges of certain things, but it means nothing. But anyway, before I bubble on, let me just go to Helga. Helga's weer op julle case. Helga sê eers it's not a nice it's a nice term for bed hopping. Kyk, hulle praat net van sex. Anyway,
So being in a relationship with three different people, question mark, one connecting on a deeper emotional level, two between the sheets, three a free spirit all around fun person. So everything you want in a relationship from different people.
and Jason goes on to say,
A open relationship is where one or more parties have permission to be romantically or sexually involved with other people. I definitely think it's way more than this. This is the obvious statement.
that's the Google statement, Jason.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me just I should say 100% correct, Jane. Therefore, emotional needs aren't being fulfilled by just one person. Let's just take one more. Open relationship is a couple having understanding and honoring each other's needs. There, basically what I'm saying. Honoring each other's needs. Jane nou 'n man wat jy baie lief het voor. You love him to bits. He's this great guy. He does everything for you. I'm not even going to mention sex. But he says,
Yes.
Jane, babes, I've got this girl at work, and she's phenomenal. She talks stuff that I need to hear. Can I just at least go on coffee dates with her once a week or twice a week? What does Jane say? She's stunning. She's good looking. She's intelligent. But he promises to you, I'm with you, Jane. My commitment is with you. I'm not going to have sex with her. I just need this part of my life to be fulfilled to go and have. You can't fill this part. I'm not saying you're unintelligent or anything. You tick all my boxes I need, but I just need this void to be filled. What will Jane say?
Byron, a lot of people's gonna say, Jane lig nou hier or whatever. But I personally feel that I will say to him, look here, because I know that you love me and because we do have this amazing, awesome connection and sex aside and everything, we're talking about emotionally, physically, mentally, you fulfill my needs. There's a part of me that can't give you what you need, but this one specific lady is giving you something that I can't give you. Yes, I will feel bad about it. I would ask him, how can I maybe improve the specific thing that you need? How can I improve it? But I will let him go because I'm taking your word. Look here, we need to know that a relationship is based on trust. So if I'm going to deny him this, he's still going to do it behind my back. Maybe he's going to sneak around or whatever. But now he came to me openly and saying, look here, I'm putting this on the table. What do you think about it? Now I'm going to give you the rope. If you're going to hang yourself, that's up to you. The worst case scenario is you're going to lose me. You lose out on this relationship. Boom, I'm moving on.
Yo, that takes a lot of heart. No? It takes a lot of heart to do that. Ek gaan nou vir Lethea vra her opinion on that. Same scenario to you now. Want sy sit nou langs aan 'n man. Miskien gaan sy vir my die date gee. Ek speel maar net. But this is the thing. Same scenario to you. But before you go there, Jane, a lot of people won't understand. It takes a lot of heart to come to that conclusion and understanding, because also selflessness, all those things come into place. Maar then Helga goes on and said, Jane, stuur hom vir my. Hy sal vrou pak kry. And then and before you answered, he said, Jane is saying, fuck. Are you mad? And then you get a different opinion. Nicolene says, stunning, Jane. I fully agree with you. But Lethea, before we go on,
Okay.
your viewpoint on that.
What goes for the goose goes for the gander. So would you be able to accept me doing the same thing?
No, that's not a question. The question was
that would be my question to you. What goes for the goose goes for the gander. Are you open to me also exploring outside of the relationship? Can you handle it? So then if you put yourself in my shoes, maybe then we can come to an understanding of what's going to work, what we're willing to accept, and what we're willing to put aside of our own desires. Because I think that's the problem with most people. They think only about satisfying their own desires. It's either twofold. Some people give too much of themselves, sacrifice their own happiness for other people around them. And then you get those selfish ones and the narcissistic ones in the relationship that thinks more about themselves and their own needs and their own desires than if the rest of you. I just need my own needs to be fulfilled. But in a relationship, you need to be somewhere in the middle. You need to consider yourself, yes, in order to keep yourself happy, but you also need to consider your partner. So it is a give and take. You can't have everything you want. You might have fantasies, and that's that's why fantasies exist. Are you able to give what you are, or are you able to receive what you're willing to give?
Okay, let me throw the men under the bus quickly for a little bit, and then I'll pick them up again now. So this is the problem with men out there, Lethea, just what you said now, and I can only speak from a man's point of view.
Okay.
You see, a lot of men want to explore and stuff. They are very open to exploring. That's why we have a lot of cheaters, and men are caught easily. Women also cheat. Don't get that wrong. Hulle is maar net 'n bietjie meer skelm. They just hide things a little bit better.
Because they're worried about their image.
They're worried about exactly, because like they say, one key opens many doors.
So they never admit to it.
Anyway, it's a cheap lock if one key can open everything. Anyway.
Until the end, you take it to your grave.
Yeah, but here's the situation, Jane. And again, to the viewers, please comment and share. Also, like, you don't need to like, but comment and share at least, so we can get opinions, and we like to engage with people and understand and also learn. This is our point of view, how we learn during the show. But here comes the thing, and while I'm throwing the men under the bus, what I was saying, men would like to do that, but their ego keeps them back. But again, women also have an ego. So ladies, let me put this out there. You always hear about FFM, let me call it female man fantasies, where man sleeps with two females. Now we're going to come to the sexual part, and then a male comes in between. And then the women are always vulnerable to do that because they're catering to their man's needs and stuff like that. But here comes the other thing. Your man tells him, for instance, now, male, female, I'll get you another partner and son. Ooh, it can sound, it's dirty. There's no very religious mention. As a belief, money attack. I'm just putting out there what's happening really in the world. Anyway. Yes. But now he's willing to do that, right? But you're not willing to do the other part, probably. Or you are willing to do the other part, or whatever it might be. How do you see that? You said go for the good or the gander, right? It's both, swings both the ways, same way. If it goes for you, it will go for me. Is it because it can be that person's fantasy and you're forcing it upon that person, or what could it be, Jane? I'm asking you this question. If your man comes to you, baby, ek het 'n sexy man. Ek weet ons kan die relationship opspice. We can spice this up, baby. I can bring another man in the relationship. No ego will be hurt, baby. Ek gaan vir jou 'n lekker tyd gee. Daar gaan alles gaan inkom. I'll give you a good time. You, they think that, wag, my man gave for me, but there's a catch also in between in your mind, probably, because you feel a man doesn't give something away for free. Or, some women always think that, What will your answer be to your man? What will your precautions be, and what will your concerns be? Will you let me not put thoughts in your mind? What would your concerns be?
Okay. First of all, Byron, die gaan nou seker my responses nadat ek hom geklap het, né? En dan, obviously, for me it is when a guy comes to me personally, putting that on the table, then you have no pride in yourself. Jy kom na my toe, heel dapper, and baby, I have this guy, whatever. Dan sê dit vir my, jy het so min self-esteem, self-respect, dat jy bereid is vir jou person wat jy claim jy's lief vir, om met 'n ander man intercourse te hê. So net daar verloor ek my respek vir jou. En dan ek sal obviously seker vir jou sê, nou bring maar die nuwe man en jy kan maar gaan. Because I'm not ek is mos nou nie die slut wat jy teen die pad gekry het om vir my net so hier random soos 'n chessboard piece rond te skuifie. No, dan het jy nou 'n papbroek, dan gooi jy na bring jy 'n ander sexy dude vir my en dan kyk ons hoe dit.
Love that.
And I just want to go to the comment. Yeah, sorry, go.
Okay, no, that's my opinion, Sometimes
Yes, Jane?
Okay.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah, that's only my opinion. Sometimes these types of things happens in a relationship. Baie relationship strive op die tipe van fantasies. En dit werk vir baie mense, but guys, picture gou net die. Ek picture dit. Die moment wanneer ek naked is, dan is ek naked. Ek gee myself vir die person met wie ek gaan wees. So nou sit my person wat ek lief en die random dude or whatever, that's a piece of me I'm giving to this guy. And ons vroumense, ons connect instantly. You know? Daar is baie ander vrouens wat in 'n man se kooi kan klim sonder enige connection te hê. But most of our females, ons connect instantly. En as my partner die vir my voorstel, dan ken hy ook nie eintlik vir my of my needs nie. Figure jy uit hoe om vir my physically, sexually, whatever tevrede te stel, voor jy vir my stuur na iemand anders toe. No man, that's not on for me. That's my opinion.
Love that opinion. Love your opinion. Where Aisha says again, firstly, let's be realistic. A man will never say or suggest that to his GF or wife. Hy sê, gaan vir jou klomp manne bring wat te doen. Ek sal vir jou sommer 'n klomp op jou stoep. As jou manne dit wil doen, ek gaan sommer jou laat neerklop. I'm joking. Don't say Everson. Julle gaan my punish. But anyway, there's a lot of men and people that do that out in the world. Lithia, you were saying before I go to the comments.
Oh, I actually just wanted to go to a few of the comments.
Oh, okay. So let's just go up. We have to go up. We skipped a couple.
What about
we
this one?
we read Jason's one. We were here by Doreen. Doreen was here somewhere. Yeah.
Open relationships can mean a lot in that being committed to one person, but still feel free to have your own space and also to have friends of your own choice and not being told who you must befriend.
That's brilliant. That's the answer I was looking for. So one of the answers.
So Aisha says, so here is the thing. How did he know from the beginning that you won't fulfill that specific need?
Woohoo! There's the question. Not just him, also.
How did he know from which? What do you mean? The lack thereof?
Yeah, because well, remember the question I asked you guys.
Yeah.
So what if he goes out and say, "Baby, I have this girl and she's blah 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 blah," and Janet said she will be open to it, right, Jay? As long as there's not like your values is just don't share each other sexually. That's one of your values, right?
Byron, can I just come in there again? Like for instance, baie van ons is in werksplekke en dis nou my persoonlike opinie en my persoonlike experience in die field, né? Ons is in werkplekke. Ek het nou baie connect met mense. Not on a sexual level, nie on a emotional level or whatever nie, maar die gesels in die IQ van die person. You can have a nice conversation. JJ is energetic wanneer ons by die werk kom because ek gaan vir hom sien en ons gaan weer 'n lekker conversation het and he's fulfilling your mind with all these great topics whatever. But next sexually whatever, jy kom huis en jy kom na jou boot toe. You know, something like that. So if my man comes to me and he tells me, look, I have this friend, ek kan open met na praat, hoekom kan jy open met my praat? Ek kan video whatever. There's certain things that guys don't do with their partner. Some relationships, not all of it. All relationships, you know. And once my person comes to me and he tells me, look, I have this person, whatever, I will let him go because something is missing by me and I need to work on that, you know. But I won't deprive him from it because no maak ek hom skelm. Dan gaan sê vir my week laat, dan gaan drink ek koffie met die goose, you know.
I gaan nog altyd koffie drink, ja. Well, maybe. Oh, you want to say something?
I would say that, you know, emotional, you get such a thing as emotional infidelity, which I think is even more dangerous than the physical. Because you can sleep with someone and just have this sexual desire that you just want to, you know, to explore and not be linked to that person in an emotional way. Where if you can meet in the mind and you can meet in the heart, that's more dangerous because you can fall in love with someone that way. And sometimes you can mistake that. Where you fall in love with someone doesn't necessarily mean you can build a life with someone. There's many people you can fall in love with. There's many people you can have a connection with, a mental connection with. But it's when it becomes dangerous is when you think that is the person that you ought to be with. Because now you haven't really gotten to know the person's value systems, how the person's emotional expression, because there's only certain things that you can connect with, and then you end up falling in love with this person.
That's true. That's true. I just want to go to a comment here that just popped up also, and I like it
So
when
Yakin de Klerk says you cannot speak emotional or sexual needs in another woman or man.
Sorry.
When you commit to someone, that person came into the relationship with that needy, emotional, broken energy already, knowing that they were never ready. I love let me just read that again. You cannot seek emotional or sexual needs in another woman or man when you commit to someone. That person came into the relationship with that needy, emotional, broken energy already, knowing that they were never ready.
oh,
Jay,
lovely, well put.
what is your take on that comment?
True, yeah, that's a nice
Hallo
comment.
Jacqueline de Klerk. Hoe gaat dit my vriend? No, that is so hy het dit so mooi uiteengesit nie vir my persoonlik. Daar's so baie van ons wat uit 'n relationship uitkom and we don't heal. Ons vat die kans vir onsself. Take all that broken pieces and fix yourself, man. No jump ons so gou as wat ons uit die vorige relationship het gekom het, jump ons in 'n nuwe relationship. En dan wat daar gebeur is al die broken pieces en hy needs wat hy gemet gewees het hier, en al die emotions en al die sexual tension en whatever, draai jy nou oor na die nuwe relationship toe. En jy verwag nou die nuwe partner moet nou al die goedjies vervul. En nou raak jy disappointed because he don't meet your needs. He can't fulfill the desires you have or the fantasies. He can't meet up to the standards that you put in your mind to be fulfilled. He can't meet that. And now you get all these other people and say, no, I want to be in an open relationship because someone at my job or someone in the street can fulfill those needs. But you never went into the relationship mentally prepared, physically healed, emotionally sorted out. You want that person to fix you. And that is so wrong.
But let me ask you this question though. What if you compare monogamous and open relationships? First question is, what is the reason people choose monogamous relationships? And then when it comes to open relationships, do you think that people could be more emotionally mature to be able to share themselves and their part and being able to see their partner with other people? So first question is, why do people choose monogamous relationships?
You're asking me first.
Yeah. Or Jane, why would you choose a monogamous relationship over an open relationship?
Okay, for me, my views are so different with other people, but I'm trying to put it so that it can link to everyone. But for me personally, I won't prefer a monogamous relationship or open relationship. At the end of the day,
Joel.
sorry?
Say well obviously about Joel. I'm joking, man. I just
At the end of the day, Latia, I'm the type of person, if I'm not happy, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to state why, and I'm going to tell you, but look here, this is for my own sanity. But if I was to choose an open relationship, my reasons would be that, look here, you don't need this specific meet the specific need I have, and this one meets it. But I like what you giving me, what you're bringing to the table. I don't want to lose you. I still want you in my life. Is it okay with you? We can come to some type of agreement or whatever. Yeah, that is the way I would go about it. But I really like what that person is giving me, because sometimes we break up with people because there's one thing missing. But all the other things need are still there. So I will put that on the table, If that
For
makes
me-
sense now.
Yeah, no, it does. For me, I can't choose between monogamous and open relationship. I like being committed to the things I'd make a choice upon. So I made a
Yes.
choice to be with you, but I have this understanding that I know that life changes each day. My needs changes each day, be it sexually, be it emotionally, be it food-wise. Een ding wat die kanker vir my geleer het, one thing this cancer taught me is that your life don't stay the same. Your mindset changes, the way you look at life, what you feel, what you need to touch, what you need to eat, what you need to be with, the people you need in your life at a certain times, all changes daily. So yes, commitment-wise, when you step into a relationship, fair enough, and this is why it's called a contradiction for a reason. I like throwing stuff upside down. You said you cannot seek emotional or sexual needs in another woman or man when you commit to someone. That person came into the relationship with that needy, emotional, broken energy already, knowing that they were never ready. Now, I'm going to put this out here. I'm a stage 4 cancer patient, right? So, for instance, okay, I'm still very active. So, that's a lucky part in my book. So, I still have certain things I can do. So, that's a lucky part. But a lot of thoughts went through my mind like, I have a partner. What if I can't come up anymore? Do I make her suffer? Because a woman also needs to be sexually fed as a man. Firstly, we need to
Yes.
understand it. Secondly, I lose my physical attributes as being able to carry stuff for her because this is a sign of a man. Yes, maybe that can be overlooked and she can hire stuff and hire people, but all these things are a woman's way of being loved. Also, women don't just get love from your mind always. Let's be frank, women like to say when a man climbs into your mind is that, but that little things also can make a woman look at the man differently. So now you need to understand my relationship will change daily. Am I prepared to know I'm committed? I'm committed to you,
Yes.
but I'm not prepared to understand. Like, if you're gonna come with a question to me, Byron, I haven't had sex in a month, and I'm a woman, or 2 or 3 or 4 months, and you can't have, you know, how do we solve
Yes.
this? I need physical touch, proper physical touch. I love you. I want to be with you. How do I answer?
Yes.
Did not come to that point. Luckily, I get nog a beetje muscles. Did not come to that
You have
point
to
yet.
just make that clear. It didn't come to that point.
But
Hopefully it won't.
but because of my lifestyle, and I'm a very cocky, confident, and outgoing person before this thing even now. So, but our life changes every day. You get hit with curveballs and stuff. You can make her depressed by keeping certain needs that she's used to away from her. How do you overcome that, Jane or Lethea? What do you do?
In my opinion, when it
Sorry, I put the mic off because I wanted to cough.
between monogamous relationships and open relationships, you are making an example of a sexual of
Not just
sexual
sexual.
satisfaction.
I put other stuff also. I can lay here probably for a month and my brain doesn't work properly where I can't speak to you. That's another part of where we connect very deeply. So all these things are very important. It can happen in the future. I'm putting on the spot by asking these questions, because I also need to know. I need to know how you think.
There, I would say the dynamic of the relationship changes, and of course, as the relationship changes or evolves or progresses, so would the boundaries within that relationship. And each relationship is different. You decide, what are we going to do in order to make this relationship work? When it comes to open relationships, though, that is when both this is a unique case, I would say.
But there's many that can happen like that.
Yeah.
No excuses. Answer.
You made a very, very valid point, and I cannot disagree with you on that one. So let's go to some of the comments.
No. Go on.
Okay. What was the question?
Okay, Jane, what's your opinion on it? If you can I don't say it's in the bubble and
It's almost like, Byron, there's so many people out there also with physical disabilities, no?
Yeah.
Like
not just physical, mental, everything. Jane? Jane nog daar. Jane.
Oh,
Jane.
okay.
Can we just
Okay.
make us full screen and then you bring her back on? Okay.
I think Jane just hopped off a bit. Ooh.
Like,
Wait, hold on.
I think Jane just hopped off a bit. Ooh, this puts you on the spot before Jane comes back. Let's answer it before Jane answers it so beautifully.
What was the question?
You agree. The question is like things change in life. Yes, I say that. But how do you deal with it, basically? How would you deal with it? From your point of view now, maybe it can be a fake scenario of how you deal with it, but this is just to give advice because people might come across that also. Lucky with Jane. Jane is still wingling there. Come, you can answer it. Jane, say I put her on the spot. I put her on the spot and say,
you know what? I never really thought, and to be honest, when it comes to our situation, I haven't really thought about that part. I have thought about that part, but when it comes, as you said now, there could be a time where you don't speak and, it could happen to me where I'm bedridden and I can't speak or I can't satisfy you. You have needs, but you want to be there to care for me. That is a whole different dynamic.
It needs to be talked about. Jane, you were saying.
that is a biosensitive son because I'm picturing it now in my head.
I'm lost for words.
But Natia,
And nobody that would
there's so many couples out there, no, that physically they can't meet the partner's needs. Like there's mans wat in reis toe sit, but the love is there, the support is there, emotionally is there, but physically he can't satisfy her. And ek sal sê as daai couples can sit into some type of agreement can come, even though you know what, it isn't it easy to say no, I give you permission because nothing works down under, you can go sleep with that person or whatever. Hy het nou altyd daai, ek is 'n man, ek kan nie my vrou tevrede stel nie, I can't satisfy her. So he's mentally, something is building up here because someone else is sexually satisfying his person. But these type of things happen. But, and especially if there's children involved, we didn't pick up on that open relationship where it's a married couple with children involved doing an open relationship or agreeing upon an open relationship. But when it comes to a physical disability and that partner sits and they decide, look here, you still physically, mentally, emotionally, you still okay. I lack in this department. So I'm giving you my blessing for that specific need in your life, you know? It's tough, man.
you know that the point that Byron just made really flipped the script in my mind about open relationships now. Because you know we are so easy to judge other people or to find this whole thing taboo. But what if two people genuinely love each other? Their value system are in tune. The way they express themselves emotionally, they are expressive to each other. But like you just said, we are sexual beings. We were made to produce, you know. And if you think about it, most people had various sexual partners before marriage. So we're just polygamous at different times of our life. We're polygamous throughout our life. It's just when it comes to monogamy, we're monogamous at a time. Now, the whole traditional sense of monogamy is not the way it used to be, where you marry one person, because we're living in a modern age and we have to be realistic. Most people are not virgins when they get married. So you have had different sexual partners. It's just when you're in a relationship, you choose to then be monogamous. But you have had you have had a polygamous lifestyle, sexual lifestyle. So this question that Biden just projected, I mean, now it really opens up my mind to not the possibility of us having an open relationship, but having it be, in my mind, a bit more acceptable considering the circumstances within a relationship, as each relationship is different. So and like Jane said at the beginning, a relationship is between two people. We decide what the boundaries are within our relationship and how we want and what's going to make us happy, what's going to suit our situation right now in order for us to be happy individuals within the relationship, so that we can be happy together, healthy together, to move this relationship forward.
Exactly. Like I said, with that scenario, it's something different. Spoken like a real swinger, Lethea. But anyway. But
Byron, I do have a question. I have a question. Okay. I don't know if it's okay to ask this question, because a lot of my Muslim friends are on here, so they can comment if I'm in line to ask this question. But
yeah, that's why she's Muslim, so I still need 3 more wives. There, I put it out there. Just clear.
Now you understand what I'm saying. It's in their religion for the guy to have more than one wife, right? And the female, the 2 wives or the 3 wives, whatever. I don't want to disrespect anyone's beliefs or anyone's religion, but I just want to have some clarity on it, because our topic is open relationship. And most of these Muslim females, let's find me maka. Is that also being seen as an open relationship, or is it just based on religion? You know? Because ons Christens by 3 vroumense. That's a problem, you know?
But that's also another thing. Now, you must understand, and a lot of people might, that's why I never go into religious topics, because I have a very strong opinion upon it. She's Muslim. She embraces Islam. And I'm Christian. Let me just put it out there. And I like joking around with her when she says I'm the only fark that she eats. So people must understand. But anyway, but despite that, we make other jokes around it. But here comes the thing, also. Yes, we need to understand the books were written, yes, from prophets, from people back in the past in the day. Now you need to understand you in a westernized world, you are in a more evolved world going forward in
Yes.
forward thinking. We need to understand when those books were written, what rights were there? What were the rights like? Did the woman have rights back then? So you must understand when anything was projected, it was more projected by masculinity, by sometimes
Yes.
misogynistic men, or did it with good
Yes.
intentions, or they didn't get the word down and all these things. You see, people also use these things in the benefit of they use the religion in a benefit them in certain cases. Religion is such a beautiful thing as a guidance. All types of religion is a really
Yeah.
beautiful as a guidance if you really understand it. Now you come with you asked me the question about marrying three or four wives. Those are to look after the woman. Even naturally, we know women outweigh men in this world out by number. So there is not a man for every woman in this world, statistically speaking. So yes, come to that. If a woman is in poverty, yes, you look after her needs. But unfortunately, we in a world where men take advantage of that. I said, almal in een huis. Hy gee hulle nie equal rights. See, so we can go into that battle daily. But again, I go
Yes.
back to what happened in the past. So now we need to fast forward and understand the thinking we are at. We had people that want to classify themselves as lesbian, gays, transgender, skinny, even when they're fat. Everybody want to classify themselves as anything that they want to be. And this is the life we're living in today. So now we need to understand and grasp this information and say, I've got all this information, but this is what I need to understand. I need to be happy because I will be sick if I don't live the life the way I want to be live. Now, which I've learned in my life, and I can't speak about anyone else. What makes me happy is the question I ask. Why do I have a reason for standing up? Why do I have a reason for smiling? Why have my reason for being sad? Why is my reason for wanting kids? Blah 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 blah. Every other reason. I question myself daily. Now I can't pose that upon her. She can come to me tomorrow and say, Byron, I want to go out with my friends. I want to drink. Although Lathia doesn't drink, I want to go drink. And I'm like, but Lathia, I can't question her. Why do you want to drink? I can ask her, okay, why all of a sudden? But I have to understand there's something that came upon her and she has to deal with it. I can make a choice and not say, yeah, you're disrespecting me and our rules. I have to make a choice and say, I have to understand there's something she's dealing with. It's nothing to do with. Now I need to make the choice and say, do I stay with her? Or do I accept this? And this is the problem we have in today's life. People blame everyone as narcissistic or a victim because they're not falling into their category. And that's the life we live in today. This is my opinion on it.
Exactly.
And when it comes to what just based on what you said and Jane's question when it comes to polygamy and within the Islamic religion, but it also exists within the African culture if we look at that.
Yes.
However, as Biden has mentioned, if you look at in the past, the population ratio of men to women, there were more women in the past than what there were men, because men were going to war, they went out working. Women weren't allowed to do that. They were at home, raising kids, getting pregnant, looking after the household. So more women needed support from a man, hence the reason why it was allowed or it was more acceptable for a man to have more than one wife. Because if a woman was alone, she was at risk, I would say, to live alone, to exist alone. So she needed a man in order to be protected, to back her up and so forth, and for that financial support. But now you fast forward in the modern age, male-female men ratio are quite, similar. I'm not too sure what it is now. If it's, I'm not.
Say 5-1.
No, it's not. It isn't. There is still more women than men, but not as what it was in the past.
Oh, you're talking about the lesbians now.
I'm saying the ratio of men to women are much closer now. So,
but take the ratio again. How many gay men are there? And how many other genders? So we can't judge on today's. It's a valid point you're making. You can't judge on today's life about statistics.
Look, even though I embrace Islam, I mean, I use it as a guide, and I believe that every religion preaches it's a guide. I believe in all of them, but this is the book that I've chosen to follow, and I'm not going to say that everything in it is going to make total sense to my lifestyle or to my mind. It might be some things that I'm still going to reject. I'm not going to be, and I'm still going to question, because God gave me a mind in order to question things, to get clarity on it. I can't just follow it blindly. Yes, they say it's faith, but at the same time, you were given free will and you were given a mind to question things if it doesn't make sense to you. So let's move on from the religion.
Now Now that
Yes,
statement you just made now, no, I'm taking it around and say that's the same thing you need to do in your relationship. If you choose an
exactly.
open one or if you choose a whatever your choice is, you have the
Mm.
choice given by your creator, whoever you believe in, to choose that course is open. Of course, it's me open, you know? So
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. It's what works for you.
So we have come close to the end of the show, but we'll read two more comments before we ask Jane to warm me up for the evening. Laat sy lekker gaan slaap, want sy het net 'n paar woorde wat sy wil sê. Probably, I don't know. She doesn't know this part. I just gooi her under the bus. I like doing that with people. But yeah, let me just
You need
go.
to
Let me just go to two comments.
So Yakin says people watch all these romantic movies and wish for that fairy tale life, but take for granted the part when they say those vows through sickness and through health until death do us part. So yes, when your life changes and your partner falls ill and cannot fulfill my sexual needs, what I should do as her partner is to fulfill her needs and to put her needs before mine. That is real commitment to me. Real love makes you selfless.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yasin in the
She's
house
praising it.
today.
Dankie Yasin, soos ek lam lê, gaan sy nie ander man soekie. She can't go look for another man. Anyway, read the last.
Yeah, and what if I end up paralyzed and then can Jayuki?
Sy sal nie agter my kan hardloop nie. Read that.
Bernadette says, I don't think the idea of open relationships is to fulfill needs that our partners cannot fulfill. It's just an added opportunity for growth in terms of who we are as humans. I think that it's possible to have a real connection with others outside of a relationship, not just sexually, if there is such an agreement.
Wow.
Ah.
You see, this is what I love.
That's
We
what-
all have a different
Exactly.
outlook on life. En nou gaan Sharon alweer, die lesbians gaan vir haar attack weer nie in die comment section. Sharon said you must answer to God. And then Sharon, this is how Sharon and us fall in love. Sharon is attacking
That was
her
a,
sister. It's lesbian. And Sharon, but we love you still, Sharon. Like, it's your opinion. People must just shy away from it or answer to you. I don't know.
Yes.
But anyway,
And
Tanya.
I feel and I feel Byron Lavia, or I will say personally, I'm not attacking a lesbian, a gay, any homosexual, bisexual, whatever. I'm not attacking guys. I love innige decision mense maar because firstly we all human. So I don't care what religion you are, what race you are, or what sexual preferences you have. I'm a human and I'm gonna treat you as a human being. So yeah, I just want to put it out there. Zullen my nie pad kry.
I love this last comment. Here is a Muslim boy. He says, I will tell my wife, one wife to me is like having 9 wives. So I really know any. I say, no. I know from me. No, never. Anyway,
much.
Jane, we've come to that part of the show, and I love the comments. And please do comment and share this out because this is the content we share each week. We authentic, as Jane know this. You can't script these things. These are questions asked. Like Theo was stuttering as I did not tell him I'm going to ask this question. This is what we do because we want the authentic answer and authentic self. Yes. So with that said, Jane, we know we're going through COVID. Everybody's struggling. You know what it is like to bite the nail, bite the bullet, to get a job, or when a lover breaks up with you and it's a tough time, or just relationships in life. It does not. Everything in life is a relationship. But just to inspire or just be real. Sê vir hulle gaan werk, sommige hulle is lei. You know, some of them make excuses. Hy het hulle nie as 'n CV nie. So ek. But anyway, just something to get them up and going.
Exactly. First of all, Byron, this topic tonight and the discussion we had and everyone that interacted, all the comments we received, all the people that came live with us, I just want to thank them and say ek het vir my enjoy. Ek het nou baie dinkweek wat ek moet gaan doen en nou gaan ek met my partner gaan sit en gaan ek al die vrae vra. Bulge nie, you know? So ek dink Lathea en jy het ook nou ietsie wat julle gaan discuss en die ander wat saam moes live gewees het ook nog goedjies wat hulle vir hulle partners gaan vra. So baie dankie vir julle wat ingetune het en wat dan tyd gevat het om te type 'n boodskapie of twee, né? En ek hoop dat wherever jy weer gaan vat iets positief en dan volg die page, share die page en ons gaan hier vanaand af gaan ons net mooi dinge sien. Tweedens wil ek praat met een en elke individueel aan buitekant. Ramaphosa het vanaand gepraat, guys, ons is terug na vlak 2 toe. Daar's baie speculations daar buitekant. Mense sê ja, soos op vlak 2 en dan gaan ons Desember weer vlak 5 or whatever. We don't know what they're busy with. We can't question them. We just need to make decisions for ourselves, for our families, and for our lives, né? And our loved ones. Wees versigtig daar buitekant, né? Dis 'n pandemie wat ons besig men is en wat vir ons uitroei. Baie van julle het julle werke verloor, baie van julle struggle en baie van julle sukkel. My advice aan een en elkeen van julle is, moenie krepeer daar in 'n hoek en jouself bejammer nie, want selfbejammering gaan nie brood op die tafel sit nie. You need to get a second alternative to change your situation and your circumstances. Ja, jy was miskien 'n bouer of ja, jy het miskien paving gedoen, but now you can't do that anymore. So you need to find something else, guys. You need to start hustling in a different direction. Kom uit julle comfort zone, uit van julle comfort zone gaan nie vir julle bring by hulle wil is nie, because soos Byron vooraf gegaan het, elke dag change dinge in your relationship, at your workplace, in your huis, en elke dag change daar iets. So we need to adapt to all these changes happening. We can't control government, we can't control each and other, we can't control a next person's mindset or the actions. You can only control yourself. So if you don't have a job, stand up. Moet nie slaap tot 3 o'clock die middag toe die son skyn, maar jy weet daar's nie brood in die blikkie. So now you expecting someone to send you the bread as if they owe you the bread. No man. Figure things out as soon as possible, because ons is in 'n tyd waar ons nog erger gaan. Mag die Here vir ons behoed en bewaar en beskerm en mag hy sy aangesig oor ons skyn, een en elkeen van ons. But guys, we have no control over what's happening. We don't know. I feel we're getting into a biochemical warfare. We need to get in line spiritually with our makers, with your creators. Pray on your knees and believe with your mind and heart that God's going to fix whatever is broken in this world, in this country, in this universe. But first of all, have humanity for the next person. Help your neighbor, help your brother, your sister where you can. Moet nie meer te neerkyk op mekaar nie, want ons het nie meer tyd vir daai nie. Mense gaan dood om ons tyd. Family members we've lost. We've been through a lot. You know? We've been through a lot. We're still going through so much. So I'm asking you guys nicely, have humanity and do what you need to do to put something on the table for your family. Dankie, dis wel, Byron.
Hey, en ek was so mooi
Wonderful.
gewees.
That was
It was nice to get the guest back on. Ek was so siek gewees, sy was ook siek, COVID, alles. Ek weet nie wat ons nog gehet het nie. But yeah, as you can, yeah, I'm still recovering. Ek recover altyd, my brain wil nooit recover nie. But yeah, with that said, Jane,
Vanoggend toe ons die voederaad geëet het, dis ken ek so van jou Byron toe sê, there's one guy that I look up to, die sy siekte, die COVID, die alles wat hy babbel en lag en maak die amazing sarcastiese funny videos, and no one, there's so many people that don't know what you're going through, and they won't, because you always have the smile, and I love that.
yeah, there's only some close friends and stuff in my family, but I can't complain. I have amazing support. So I don't complain. I just enjoy life. But Jane, I really appreciate that you came onto the show, took your time,
definitely.
shared your opinion. And like we all said, please also go and follow Jane's page. That would be on Facebook and probably on Insta, Real Talk with Jane. Sy vertel jou sommer straight te ding so het is, en as ons mense, it was by a line house, although sy gebore gewees het in die Palen, it was by a line house tonight. So ons wil net vir julle sê, by laaste mense maak hard geraak.
So please go ahead, like her page, follow her page where she's always motivating women and inspiring women, and also having giving relationship advice and life advice. So Jane, you are inspiring. Your story is also just as inspiring. And thank you so much for being on the show with us tonight. You have given so much value, and I know that all the viewers appreciate all the value that you've shared with them tonight. So thank you so much.
Okay. Hopefully you can wait in the studio just for 1 second. We just want to say thank you again afterwards.
So if you can just say bye to the viewers, and we'll catch you in the studio.
Okay. See you now.
Okay.
See you. Bye-bye. I love that. We have to end it now soon, because we still have to package this and put it on TV tomorrow. So if your airtime ran up en jy het nie genoeg tyd te gee, asseblief gaan kyk dit op Cape Town Television môre.
Yes, please go watch the replay on Cape Town TV at 9 p.m. and then repeats on Thursdays 10 a.m. and your comments will appear as well. So do go ahead and check out your comments.
Yeah, please do. And say, ek is famous, mommy, ask me comment.
That's my name, that's my picture.
Joking.
We'll see you next week, Sunday, same time, same place. Have a beautiful evening. We love you and good night.
Good night.